Democratic Congresswoman Becca Balint, a member of the House Judiciary and Budget Committees. Congresswoman Balint, always great to see you. Donald Trump this week announced his plan to place 25% tariffs on both Mexico and Canada and 10% on China. Mexico says the tariffs could kill 400,000 U.S. jobs. What do you think about this plan?
Yeah, I think it is going to hurt Americans deeply. I think if he goes through with the plan, it's going to hurt American consumers, of course, most especially people on fixed incomes. You have the U.S. Chamber of Commerce saying it's going to increase costs for the average family in America by about $1,000. You've got the folks within the steel industry and the textile industry here in the United States saying this would be absolutely devastating for their industries. And so it's a terrible idea. It's been a terrible idea. We do not want a trade war with our closest trading partners.
Switching gears, on Fox News last night, incoming White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy Stephen Miller gave a preview of what Trump's mass deportation plan might look like. Listen.
He's going to use the State Department, the military, the Justice Department, and every other department of government to fully seal that border shut and to ensure that all threats to the safety, security, and survival of America are repatriated back to their home countries. Under budget reconciliation, Congress can fully fund President Trump's border priorities with Republican-only votes. If Democrats care even a little bit about our national sovereignty, then they can vote for it, too. But we only need Republican votes to pass that package and ensure every single thing that we discussed tonight can happen immediately, fully, and totally.
So, Congresswoman, will Donald Trump be able to get his border policies through without Democratic votes?
Look, the difference here, this is what I want people to understand. When you had Trump elected in the first term, 2016, he had a much larger group of Republicans in the House who were willing to work with him. He has an even slimmer majority in this Congress than the Republicans had in the last Congress. So there is no red wave mandate within the House of Representatives. It's going to be incredibly difficult for him, especially under a very inexperienced speaker, to have everyone fall in line. Now, that being said, back to what we were talking about before, talking about mass deportation, you're talking about crippling our agricultural economy in this country. And I saw in the last week, you had some of the folks within the farm, the work of farm laborers across the country talking about literally food will not get picked. In Vermont, milk will not get produced. And so basic fundamental platforms of our economy, things that are holding up our economy, those are the things he's going after with the tariffs and his plans for mass deportation. And I just don't think once this goes into effect that Americans are going to be happy with these policies.
Right, because those areas that you're talking about, they're not going to hit blue states. They're going to hit blue and red states, mostly red states. Congresswoman, as a member of the House Budget Committee, I would love your thoughts on Russell Vought, Trump's pick for director of the Office of Management and Budget, a position he had in Trump's first term, especially since he wrote the chapter in Project 2025 that lays out how OMB could help consolidate Trump's executive power.
Right. So I want to remind folks, he was one of those folks that even a few months ago, Trump said through his team that they would not have any folks who had drafted Project 2025 in their government. They said that that was too much of a third rail. Now we see a half a dozen folks who were instrumental in writing Project 2025 being tapped. And so, yes, this is somebody who would like to see tens of thousands of our civil servants, nonpartisan civil servants, lose their job and replacing them with Trump loyalists. So we see that in the cabinet. We see that in the picks for other agency heads. And we see that in their push for replacing civil servants with Trump lackeys and folks who will do the bidding of the president and not follow the Constitution or have the American people in mind. It's chilling, and this is something that we on the Budget Committee are absolutely going to stay very focused on in this upcoming administration.
We got less than a minute left, but yes, you are on the Budget Committee, so this question is pertinent. Congress is back in session on Tuesday, and y'all will only have 16 working days to avoid a government shutdown on December 20th. Do you think Speaker Johnson will succeed in getting yet another CR passed that would extend the budget into the new Congress that gets sworn in on January 3rd?
This seems to be the only thing he is capable of doing. I say the 118th Republican Conference could not govern itself out of a paper bag. And so, yes, we've passed CRs before. This is, basically one of the lowest functions that we have to perform in order to keep government open. I anticipate we will. Will it be at the 11th hour? Probably because we don't see a lot of confidence.
Right. I was going to say that is the way of Congress. Last minute, like a journalist. Vermont Congresswoman Becca Balint, thank you very much for coming to the Katie
Always happy
Phang
to chat
Show.
with you.